Good morning, students. Today we are continuing lesson number 8, algorithm and flowchart. Children, as I told you, algorithm is a sequence of activities performed to get the desired output from a given input, and we write algorithm in a simple English to solve any mathematical or logical problem. Children, algorithm is written before writing a computer program in a programming language because it helps the developer to understand about the program or problem, and then it will be easier for the developer to write the program in a programming language. Now, to write an algorithm, children, we should take care of the following points. First, we should analyze the problem, that what is a problem or what is a task we want to perform. After that, we should find out number of inputs that we required. Next, we have to also decide the outputs that we want, and finally we should decide the process or method we should use to achieve the result. So this way, children, we write an algorithm. Now we will understand how we write the algorithm with the various examples. First is example number 1. In this example, we have to find area of circle of a radius r. Before writing algorithm, we will decide input. For this, input will be the radius r, and children, expected output will be the area of circle. Now we start writing algorithm with the step number 1. In step number 1, children, first we will read the input r, that is radius. Second, once we have just got the radius, we have to only calculate area. So we will write the step calculation of area of circle. Third, after getting the result, children, we have to display the result, that is area. So we will write print or display area. Once our problem has solved, we will write the last step, that is stop or end of the algorithm. So children, this way we write the algorithm that help us to understand the problem, and after understanding the complete steps to solve for solving a problem, we will write the program in a programming language. Now see, in example 2, we will read two numbers and we will find their sum. So for this problem, input will be the number 1 and input will be the number 2, and expected output will be the sum of two numbers. Now children, we will write the algorithm with step number 1, that is start. It indicates that we are starting algorithm. Second step is reading of number 1, then reading of number 2, and after getting the number 1 and number 2, children, the step number 4 will be the sum of two numbers. And in step 5, once we have got the result, we have to print or display the result. So we will write that print or display sum. We can write print also, we can write display also. And last step will be the end of the algorithm. Now children, see, in example 3, we are reading three numbers, and with the help of these three numbers, we have to find their sum and product. Children, it is not necessary that every time there will be only one output. It depends on the problem. Output can be more than one. So see, what will be the input for this? Number 1, number 2 and number 3. There are three inputs, and expected output will be the sum of three numbers, children, and product of three numbers. Now, how we will write the algorithm? We will start with step number 1, that is start. It indicates that we are starting an algorithm. Now, in step 2, 3 and 4, we will write read number 1, read number 2, read number 3. Children, once we have just read all three numbers, we have to calculate the sum, and we will write sum equals to number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3. And in this algorithm, we have to find one more result, that is product. So in step number 6, we will write to calculate the product, and once we have just got the result of sum and product, we have to print the sum and product in the next steps, and finally we will write stopper end that shows the end of the algorithm. Now children, in this example, we have to find the average of 4 numbers input by the user. As I told you, first we have to decide the inputs, and inputs will be the 4 numbers A, B, C and D, and expected output will be the average of 4 numbers. Now we are starting algorithm with step number 1, that is start. Step number 2 will be reading of all 4 numbers. We can write read A separately, read B, read C, read D. We can write 4 read statement children, or we can write using the comma. Step number 3, we have to calculate the average. So we have written the step for calculating average, and once we have calculated the result, in step 4 we have to display the average, and once our problem has solved, we will indicate the end of the algorithm. Children, one more example, just understand. In this example, we have to find the perimeter of rectangle for the given length and breadth. So input will be the length and breadth children, and expected output will be the perimeter of rectangle. We will start our algorithm with the step number 1, that is start, indicating that we are writing an algorithm. Step 2, we will read length and breadth, that is L and B. And in step number 3, we will write to calculate the perimeter, and step 4 will be the displaying the result, that is display perimeter. And once we have got the result, we have to end with the step number 5, stop or end. It indicates the end of algorithm. Now children, after just understanding all these examples, we will just understand what are the characteristics of a good algorithm. Children, a good algorithm has a input and outputs that are clearly defined, and in that algorithm each step will be clearly defined. It will be easy to understand, and algorithm should end at any point, or it should terminate. So these are the important characteristics of a good algorithm. Thank you.